My student deliberately failed my class to save $360, and it taught me more than I taught him. When a 16-year-old intentionally failed my class, then earned an A in summer school, I realized he wasn't gaming the system, the system was gaming him. His calculated failure exposed an educational policy that punishes poor students for trying to excel the first time around. Marcus sat in the back of my nursing class, barely participating and consistently scoring just below passing on every test. When his counselor suggested I meet with him, I expected the usual excuses about difficult material or not enough time to study. Instead, I got a lesson in economic reality. Miss Rivera, I've done the math, he said, sliding a neatly organized spreadsheet across my desk. If I pass your class with anything less than a B4, my SEMPLIC won't be competitive for the engineering scholarships I need. He pointed to a highlighted section of our district's summer school policy. But who fail a course can retake it for free in summer. You pass but want to improve their grade must pay $360 per course. His eyes met mine. My mom makes $14.5 an hour at the hospital. We can't afford $360 for me to replace a C with an A. But if I fail, he shrugged. Free second chance. I stared at his spreadsheet, which included calculations of how this strategy would affect his cumulative TLEMB. He'd even factored in the opportunity cost of summer school versus his usual summer job. You are deliberately failing my class, I said slowly, so you can take it again for free and get a better grade. Yes, ma'am, he nodded. I understand the material. I just can't afford to do well the first time. That sentence hit me like a physical blow. I couldn't afford to do well the first time. I should have been outraged at this manipulation of the system. Instead, I felt a deep sadness. Marcus was demonstrating exactly the kind of strategic thinking and long-term planning we claim to value in education part and using it to navigate a system that was stacked against him. What about your other classes? I asked. Just yours and Bright's too? Those are the ones that matter most for engineering scholarships. His voice was matter of fact, without a hint of self-pity. I couldn't argue with his logic. Our policy was creating a perverse incentive where economically disadvantaged students were better off failing than marginally succeeding, and Marcus was far from the only student who couldn't afford $360 for grade improvement. By the end of the semester, 7 students in my class had adopted Marcus's strategy. All were from families who qualified for free or reduced lunch when summer school began. I volunteered to teach the remedial chemistry section on the first day. I wasn't surprised to see Marcus and his friends sitting in the front row, notebooks open, ready to earn the A's they had strategically delayed. Marcus finished summer school with a 98% average. When I handed him his final exam with a perfect score, he smiled for the first time since I'd known him. Thank you for not reporting me, he said quietly. For what? Being too smart for a broken system, I replied. Last week, I presented Marcus's spreadsheet, anonymized, at our district policy meeting. I explained how our well-intentioned summer school policy was creating a two-tiered system, one where wealthy students could pay to improve, while poorer students had to strategically fail. The policy changes next year. Summer school will be free for all students wanting to improve their grades, not just those who fail. Meanwhile, Marcus is a freshman at State University on a full engineering scholarship. He still emails me occasionally with updates on his classes. Sometimes the most important lessons in education aren't found in textbooks, and they're found in the ingenious ways our students navigate the obstacles we unintentionally place in their paths.